Who is it in your life that remains unforgiven? At the very beginning of this gospel by Matthew, an angel arrives to announce to Joseph that the child his betrothed is carrying would save his people from their sins. In interpreting the Lord's Prayer, Matthew emphasizes that forgiveness, forgive as we have been forgiven, is the practice of a disciple. And now here at the scene of the Last Supper, in this Passion, Jesus speaks of his impending death in terms of forgiveness. This cup would be shed for the forgiveness of sins. And in drinking from this cup, disciples would enter a covenant that promised forgiveness and mandated that they forgive as easily as they were forgiven. So, who is it in your life that remains unforgiven? Does anyone come to mind from whom you have withheld forgiveness? Does anyone come to mind who cannot forgive themselves, who may believe falsely that even God cannot forgive them? On this day that combines a procession like the one Jerusalem had by the 4th century, remembering the triumphant entry of Jesus into the holy city, with the reading of this Passion from Matthew that was customary in early Christian Rome, we stop, we pause to consider forgiveness. Brevity is the key word when it comes to preaching today, since this liturgy itself speaks to us about the deeper meaning behind what we gather here to do. So I would just call our attention to words from the second lesson, from Paul to the Philippians, what many believe was a hymn of those first days of Christianity, gathered by Paul to be used in this letter to the Christians at Philippi. The self-emptying of Jesus, who poured himself out, who gave everything he had, who became obedient unto death, is the model for Christian living. This pouring out, this emptying then, is replaced, is filled up by a new identity, new life. And that new life we are offered because of this mystery of the Lord's dying and being raised up allows us to accept God's forgiveness without questioning our worth, and then to extend that same forgiveness as often as necessary when we have been wronged. All of this happens because of the cross.